What's up, guys? It's Kat here from Upscale. And I'm stoked to be here to talk to you guys about the MoFi Fender PrecisionDeck turntable. It's such a beautiful piece, and it's designed by two of the most amazing companies in audio with some of the best audio designers. MoFi is a company that has been around for well over 50 years in audio. They're mostly known for their reproduction of high-quality pressings that are done actually here in their mastering lab in California. So that's the MoFi Sound Lab. And then they also have their electronics edition, where they're known for designing turntables, phonostages, analog accessories. They've got a few factories around the United States. Total USA-made brand. Then you have a company like Fender, who is designing some of the best instruments in the world. Stratocaster, Telecaster, the Fender Precision Bass. I definitely don't need to tell you guys who Fender is, but it's like, what two better companies to come together to make a turntable and a limited edition turntable. It's just so cool. So what we have here is essentially a specially designed Ultra Deck. You guys might know the other MoFi turntables. There's two that sit under this price point, the Studio Deck and Ultra Deck. This is going to be sort of the limited edition Fender Ultra Deck. You've got a few other audio designers that kind of came together on this project. People like Al Perkins from Spiral Groove, Mike Latvis from HRS, and Tim Pervincini. He's an audio engineer and designer. So we got all these great minds coming together to make this limited edition turntable. The top of this turntable is actually made in Corona, California, in the Fender custom guitar shop. I think that is so cool, and it's actually the swamp ash wood that you'll see on the precision basses. So this is a Fender precision bass turntable. It's just very badass. But to offset the swamp ash wood that they've incorporated with the bonded MDF plinth, they did need to add a few other qualities to kind of help control the resonance of that wood. So that's why HRS came into play. So Mike helped design special anti-vibration control feet, as well as a few plates that are actually added to the bottom plinth to help with the resonant control of the top layer. So you are kind of incorporating a bonded MDF with the swamp ash wood from a Fender bass, and boom, you've got the plinth of this turntable. The tone arm itself is a straight aluminum gimbal tone arm. Pretty standard, but it does come with VTA, azimuth, anti-skate, all of the adjustments that you need to help fine-tune this table. What I love the most about the MoFi decks is they actually ship pretty much ready to go for you guys. You have something like the cartridge that is going to be pre-aligned for you and already taped onto the head shell. And then you're going to have this really cool actual line on the back of the arm where you can slide the counterweight up to get your optimum VTF. I do love that they kind of made this whole thing a little bit, in a sense, dummy proof, so you guys don't have to rely on either your local dealer or someone to help you align this stuff. But again, with your permission, if you get this turntable from us, we're going to love to open it, take some measurements, all the quality control photos, and make sure that this thing is testing out perfectly. So just as I said about how this being a little bit of a tricked out Ultra Deck, it does have the same inverted bearing, which is going to have a brass, steel, and sapphire surround in it. So it's a very, very low friction, very quiet bearing. These turntables do actually come with Hurst Midtown motors, hell yeah, and a pulley for 33 and 45. So if you guys have a 45 collection, you can totally just swap the belt, put it on the larger pulley, and start spinning your 45 records. Fun fact, which again is just another cool thing about the story of this turntable, in MoFi's Sound Lab in their studio in California, they do have a custom-made Studer tape machine for all you tape nerds out there. And they did derive the button on all of their turntables to be the exact replica of that on and off button on the Studer tape machine. I just think it's really cool to be able to incorporate all these different sort of historical nuances from vinyl and bringing it into a modern turntable. So I touched on the tone arm a bit. It does come with Cardus cabling on the inside, and then in addition to all your adjustments, this turntable will actually come with a pre-mounted moving magnet cartridge called the Master Tracker. They called it the Master Tracker because they're essentially collaborating with the company in Japan to design it to, essentially match the cutting head of their lathe in the mastering studio. So they want you to be able to have a reproduction of that sound in your home. It's going to have a less than an 1.5 inch Delrin platter, solid Delrin. It's great. It's anti-static qualities. It's got this really nice warm sound to it. Actually, this deck as a whole, when I mix and match a bunch of different cartridges on it, I do find that this table tends to be a little bit warmer sounding. So being able to have that Japanese, made cartridge to offset that quality, help bring back the liveliness, I think was a really great pairing on MoFi's part. So we got a Delrin platter. This table is, I think I've mentioned already that it's a bonded MDF with the swamp ash wood, and it is going to sit around 26 pounds. This is the Hurst motor, it's 300 RPM, AC synchronous. It's great. There's a 3-prong IEC cable that plugs right into the back of this table. It comes with a dust cover. It's going to come with your interconnects. And like I said, it ships pretty much ready to go. We do really like to test all of your turntables and make sure that everything is pristine in quality, but I really think that Fender and MoFi nailed this. And to kind of connect musicians and audiophiles and everyone in music even further, Fender ended up, with this limited edition, Fender ended up with 100 of these precision decks, and they ended up gifting them to a whole bunch of Fender instrumentalists. So anyone that's using a Fender guitar amp, you might even have the same turntable as like Eric Clapton. It's just another really fun story. It's got great performance. These things are tight on speed. It's got a really nice black background, but it's warm. It's not too lively of a turntable, and you can upgrade the cartridge if ultimately you're really digging this. So I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Call us up, subscribe, make sure you don't miss out on this, and let us know if it's the right thing for you. Stay tuned.